Thursday night league, around 5 at Silverstone. We have a sprint round tonight. My apologies for not getting on earlier. Sometimes life gets in the way, but I hope you can enjoy the rest of the night. I'm looking at Shamrock in P3 at the moment. As you can see, the Porsche is hit. Insightful stuff tonight. Don't know how insightful it's going to be, but let's see what we can do. Jimbo's trying to chase Gazza down. Big John in first. He's got 4.7 second lead over Time Orgo, 5.2 over Shamrock, 4.2 over Exo, and 0.08 over Randall. So I'm not just going to have a look at this tonight. Only 10 races tonight. Jimbo is languishing back there in 8th place, and I can say languishing because, well, I'd just like to hang it on Jimbo. So right now Jimbo's coming third last. That's what it boils down to. Okay, as we just saw there, Randall has got Exo. But then Saints, he's not far behind this battle either. So we might stick with this. Might even just jump up and try some fancy camera work. I tell you what, man, this is going to be one hell of a battle. Even Jimbo's on the back end of this, so we are literally talking P4 to P8 right here. Oh, these guys are going to be going hard. Look at that. They're all over the joint at the moment. Now, I don't know. Is EXO holding up everyone here? That I don't know, having just joined myself. But it certainly looks like EXO's got a little bit of train behind him there. So EXO's going to be fighting Saints and Jimbo and Jazza here. See what Exo can do. Nice clear weather. 16 minutes and 50 seconds left in this race. See what Exo can do. Hopefully Exo can just try and hold the boys out here. Well, I don't know if he's let Randall go, but Randall's just pulled him way ahead of Exo there. That is a lovely little freight train we have going. Sorry, I know we've got a battle going there, but let's just have a look at Big John, because Big John is in the lead here. So he's got a 5.2 second lead over Time Orgo, which is a pretty bloody good lead, I would imagine. So I'd say if Big John keeps it clean here, he's got 15 minutes, 16 minutes, he's got to try and keep it clean. I've raced against B. John a couple of times, and yeah, what an amazing racer. So I have no doubt that Big John will keep it clean here. Might just sneak back to the boys having all the fun. Exo's still managing to hold everyone out. What I'm going to try and do, I'm going to try very shortly, just give me a minute, trying to get together my collective thoughts, not that it shouldn't take long. But what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and jump onto a try and gently see. Okay, so Sam Jones over. Try lowering the engine. Alright, thanks, Coops. Let's see what we can do. I'm going to rely on you, Coops. Going to rely on your help here, mate. Just try and tuck that down to maybe 7. Well, let's go 80. Go 80. Oh, Coops, how's that sound, mate? Is that any better? How's that sound, Coops? Still loud, but a bit better. Okay, we'll give him another crack, mate. We'll go to still loud, but a bit okay. We'll go to audio. Oh, well, there you go, Coop. It's let's try ramp that down to 70. Exterior engine, we'll ramp that down to 70. See how we go. Confirm. Okay. Alright, Coop, you're my man. Let me know. Is that any better? Doesn't sound as loud in my head, but then I turn off what you are. So I need you here, Coop. Just try that too. I've just readjusted my microphone as well. Right, so I want to know what happened here while I was trying to adjust the volume. EXO on board is quieter. Outside's still loud. Okay, thanks, Coops. We're going to do this. Outside is still loud. Exterior. We'll drop that down a little bit more. Alright. Alright, Coop, you're the man again. Tell me how we're tracking. But yes, EXO. While Coops is helping me try and get the volume right here, I don't know what's happened to Gazza Jimbo and St. Sim, but EXO is got a 2.5 second lead here. Everyone's dropping right off the back of EXO. So EXO's just done a little bit of a runner there. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. I don't know what's happened there, but Big John, he's got nearly a 7-second lead over Ty Mulgo. So Big John's just, he's smashing it. Absolutely smashing it. Okay, thanks, Coops. Appreciate that, mate. I don't know, Coop, though. I don't know if... kind of confuses me a little bit. I don't know if you want to hear me or the car. I think I'd rather hear the car, to be honest. So we might just drop down to Stu. Stu's 0.2 behind St. Sim, so we've pulled someone else. G'day, Maxie. How you going, mate? Hope I can try and bring you a little bit of fun tonight, mate. It's just, even if we stick to one view while I'm still trying to learn these bloody controls, we'll see how we go, but we've got Stu sneaking up behind St. Sim. We might just stick with that for a little bit at the moment, because that is literally the closest battle we've got. Although Sounds good there. Thanks, Maxie. I appreciate that, mate. I'm glad to hear that we can be heard and we can hear the cars as well, so that's great. Don't know how much entertainment you'll get out of tonight, but hopefully you'll get something out of it, even if it's just a little bit of a chuckle. Most of these guys I have raced against, but well, look out, we've currently got Jimbo's 0.4 off the back of Gazza. So that's probably between Jimbo and Stu, that's probably our closest battle, but it certainly looks like they've got pretty good conditions tonight. We've got the track is at optimum, so I don't think the boys will have any problems with rubber tonight. They might have a little bit of an issue with wearing them out, but being a sprint round, I don't know if I joined a little bit late. I don't believe there's any pit stops involved, so I think the boys will probably just stick to the rubber they've got. Normally when we set up the sprint rounds on ROOZ, it's just get in, drive and go hard. You know, for the next half an hour we've got nice sunshine. Like I say, track's optimum. Track temp 38 degrees, so I think the boys will just push hard. I think they're just going to push hard in these Porsche. I know Jimbo doesn't mind the Porsche, but then, like, you know, look at Big John, 7.1 seconds up the track over Ty Morgo. So I'd say John is loving the Porsche, to be honest. Might just sneak back to Stu. He's still sneaking up behind St. Sim there. We'll try and keep an eye on Jimbo and Gazza as well, you know, but it certainly looks like Gazza is maybe sneaking up a little bit on Exo there. It's always one to keep an eye on. Well, Stu's, I don't know what he did there. It's kind of a bit odd. I don't know if he's gone too deep or... Sorry, that's my bad. I was watching the totem there just to see the time differences between the boys. But I think it's, as I said to you guys on Sunday night, you know, this whole spectating thing, it's all new to me, and it really does help when you have someone else in commentary with you. It just gives you someone to bounce off. Because right now I'm just literally sitting here talking shit, and yeah, it's just so much easier to bounce off someone else. But right now we've got Jimbo's not that far behind Gazza, so we might try and be fancy again. Jimbo is close, Coops, he certainly is. Might just stay on this view at the moment, just because I think it gives us a bit of a better... And Jimbo's got him. Jimbo's got Gaz. And he's going to be lining up Exo very shortly. Now Stu looks like he might have just got St. Sim in the background there. And Jimbo's going to be... Jimbo is putting Exo under a bit of pressure at the moment. So Jimbo's on the move. We've got 6 minutes left in the race. I think probably the best that Jimbo could potentially achieve here is going to be 5th. I think if Jimbo's had issues at the start, I don't know. If he's left his run a bit late, then he's left it too late. But Gazza certainly hasn't given up on putting Jimbo under the pump at the moment. And I can tell you right now, these cars, like, I hate driving the Porsche, I really do. I know there's probably a lot of people out there right now covering their ears and telling me I'm a dickhead, but for some reason, the Porsche and I do not get along. We do not get along at all. I think any one of these guys here tonight, any one of these 10 drivers driving this car, I take my hat off to you. But then that's probably why I'm a crappy driver. But yeah, Gaz is certainly not giving up on Jimbo there. Exo's making it very hard for Jimbo. Stu is still 0.8 behind St. Sim, so yeah, this seems to be the battle pack at the moment. Might just sneak back, have a quick look at Stu. Stu is pushing St. Sim. Has he got him? Oh, he's going the outside. Can he get it done? No, he's getting the right line for the next corner. Has he got it? Oh, no, he hasn't. Just maybe not the best drive out of that corner. But he's certainly putting Saint under the pump. That is great driving. They've got a lot of respect to these guys. They've given each other a bit of room there. Stu's putting Saint under the pump, but they're still giving each other room. That could have turned nasty, but that's great. Clean driving from both the lads there. We'll just jump back up to Jimbo. He's all over the back of XO. He's got 3 minutes 45 seconds to get the job done. Is he going to get it done? He's got down the inside of him. XO's got the line for the next corner. Can Jimbo do the undercut and pop out? It just looked like Jimbo may have struggled for a bit of drive out of that corner. I know he's still got him, but it looked like the car had the shimmy shakes and he's got him. He's got the job done. He's kind of both of them. I think Jimbo and XO pushing each other. He might have dropped Gaz off the back there. But now Gaz has got a bit of clean air. It'll be interesting to see what kind of lap times he puts in again. 3 minutes to go. Can Gazza chase down XO? That will be the question. It's pretty much the closest battle we've got going on here. XO point, he's not far behind Jimbo, but I think Jimbo, he's definitely got clean air now. Jimbo's just going to drive off and give it a little bit of ta-da, see you later. Not sure what happened to Cobber. Back down there in 10th. Might just jump in with him. He just seems to be out there cruising around enjoying himself. Looks like he's fat arming and having a smoke, but either that or he's pulled through the drive-through and he's picked up half a dozen. He doesn't seem too fussed in a lot at the moment. Maybe he has picked up half a dozen. So I've got a nice little gap between everyone at the moment. We might just... Where's Big John? Big John's just coming over the start-finish line now, so... Yeah. 14th lap. See now Gazza's, as I said, Gazza, bit of clean air, good track conditions, not out of it yet, so he's had a bit of a chance to put in a bit of free space where he's just been able to settle down, get back into a rhythm. He's kind of out of the main battle pack now that we had between Jimbo, XO and Gaz, and I think, Stu might have even been up there at one point, but the boys have been just all over each other, so... Gaz, see if he's got a minute to go, so don't think they'll get another lap in here. Correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think they will. Yeah, this, I believe, will be the final lap. And apologies for anyone out there, like I love racing Silverstone, but oh shit. I can't remember all the names of the corners, seriously guys. You know, there's a corner there that the boys are battling on. Gazza may have just pushed XO a little bit wide there, but they're fighting for it. Or are we going to get another lap in? What's Big John going to do here? Nah, this is the last lap. Last lap for sure. Big John takes the first sprint.
The leader has finished the race.
does it very easy. He's just what a man. Ty Morgo, I don't know. Just seems like Ty Morgo snuck up there. Did he pick up a bit of time there? Randall, after he's played with the rest of the boys, he's coming up for a third. So well done to the podium, Big John, Morgo, and Randall. There's your top three. Shamrock not far behind. Jimbo pushing hard. He's got out of that battle pack. He's got out of that traffic and a bit of clean air. He's come up and done well for fifth. XO still battling Gaz, so we've got XO and Gaz for 6th and 7th. Oh, Stu's parked it. Big John is killing it this season. Maxie's just doing really well. I don't know what Stu did there, but in front of that Porsche looks like it's seen better days, to be honest. A little bit of damage here on the front. Oh, what are we going to... We're parking up. Straight back to the pits. Here comes Cobber. Cobber and his six-pack of Northern. He's pretty chilled out and relaxed. In no hurry. Just going to run around and check out the view. It's very well turned out, that car from Cobber. Very nice. I think the gold and the black looks absolutely brilliant. A little bit of green on the arse of it there. Or is that green? It is green. Oh my God, my eyes are going. So there you go. Big John, Ty Morgo, Randall, Shamrock, Jimbo, XO, Gaza, Saint, Stu and Cobb. There's your top 10. So now the boys will have a little bit of a reset. I'll have a reset, maybe change a few settings here and there. They'll get out there and they'll run around like rat bags for another qualifying session and then a second sprint. So just while the boys are having a reset, I shall go and have a reset myself. What I'll do is we'll throw it on. What do you reckon? We'll throw it on John. See what he can do for quali in the second session very shortly.
Green light, give us all you can.
Alright, welcome back. I'd like to say welcome back after those kind words from our sponsors, but we don't have any. So you're just stuck with me. So we've got 6 minutes left of quali 2. No one's posted a time yet. So we've got Ty Morgo. He just posted 159.8. Big John 0.045 behind him. Gazza 1.2 behind John. Wait to see what the boys can do. Who we got coming around on the next hot one? Looks like it might be Ty Morgo again. Everyone seems to have buggered up or on their outlap. So I'll see if Ty's going to improve here. I'll just jump in with Ty. Beautiful turned out car that, nice and bright, really stands out on the track. See what he can do. Just trying to see if I can't get someone else here to jump on for a bit of commentary. Ty and John together. Yeah, they are, Maxi. Very close indeed, so it'll be interesting to see what Ty can do here. Let's see if he can improve on that 159. Then we'll try and slip back to John and see what John can do. There's no improvement there from Ty. Oh, no, sorry, tell a lie, 0.6. John slips down, sorry, oh my bad, jeez. Can tell I'm an amateur commentator. Big John has gone on 159.2, which has popped Ty down to 0.5, nearly 0.6 behind him. Jimbo's jumped up into third. Got Randall in fourth, Gazza in fifth, and Cobber in sixth. So Shamrock, St. Sim, Exo and Stu are yet to post a quali time. So Big John to the top of the tree. Cobber's still driving around like he's just been to the bottle-o again. Got a yellow flag out. 2:35 to go. Gazza's sitting in fifth at the moment. Still got the yellow out. Let's see if we can't pick who's got the yellow. Is that St. Sim, maybe? Oh, Big John, yeah. Well said, Coop. That's, I'd say he's probably pretty confident. He seems to be, as Maxi said, he seems to be dominating this season. So I think if I was driving as good as John is, I would probably go to the pits too. Jimbo's in third at the moment. What do we got? Cobb doesn't race GT3 much and probably never run the Porsche. Yeah, I can understand that, Maxi. Like I said earlier, I'm not a fan of it myself. I just find it's, one of those cars shit, mate, I'm not very good in a lot of cars, but, the Porsche is just something I'm not very good at all. I just really struggle in the Porsche. So, like I said, I take my hat off to these guys. They're doing a great job. We've seen some good close racing earlier in the first sprint. Jimbo's lost a bit of time on that corner. He was up by 0.2 then, Jimbo. He's now... he's picked up a little bit, but still it's not enough. So 1 minute remaining in quali. Certainly when I jumped on tonight, I thought, I was hoping that we might have seen a bigger grid tonight. Jimbo was telling me last night that he's, Saints just binned it there. It's one way to finish quali, I guess. Jimbo was telling me, I believe he said he was third in this competition. Again, like to have seen a bigger grid, just to shut Jimbo up, because I don't reckon he'd be running third in the championship if there was more than 10 drivers. But having said that, I don't know if we're missing some guys tonight. It's my first time qualifying on Tuesday Night League. You did round one and broke a finger, Maxi. How the hell did you manage that? That's something special, Maxi. Mate, I don't know what to say to that one. Did round one and broke a finger 2 days later. I can understand why you're not running tonight, Maxi. That'd be a little bit tricky running with a broken finger. All right, so just while we're waiting for the boys to take the grid, Big John qualified P1, 159.2. Jimbo is just nailed 0.19 behind. We've got Ty Morgo in third at 0.215. A Randall in fourth at 0.237. Stu's 1.2. Shamrock in sixth at 1.395. A Gazza in seventh at 1.6. Exo, who finished quite well in the last race, running an eighth at 2.7. And St. Sim in ninth at 2.9. You won round one, so best race is last. Last race, okay. Oh, Maxi, I bet you the boys would love having you out there tonight, mate. So tell me, Maxi, did you race against John in that round? And obviously, you did all right, mate, if you won that round. So did you race against John, and did you push him to the limit? Because Big John is wearing the number one. John and Matt Simmons. Wow. I tell you what, Maxi, I beat Matt Simmons once, but that was on some random challenge on GT7, so I don't think that counts. I think if I actually had a race to Simo for real, I probably would still be sitting in a corner rocking myself and crying every night. The man's a bit of a freak, and if you've got a win over him, mate, you've done an absolutely amazing job. So the top top four, all within half a second of each other. Yeah. It's it's always a bit of a bugger when you do a bit of lawn mowing, mate. I think so. Yeah, well and truly. It's very hard to get back after you start cutting the grass, isn't it? And Maxi, was that in this season in the Porsche? Or sorry, was that last season? And thank you for everyone who's tuned in tonight. Like I say, it's, you know, this is more shits and giggles. This is certainly not a professional commentator. Just trying to get it out there, get some exposure for the boys. So Imola in the Porsche this season, round 1, okay. And then 2 days later you break your finger. Wow. So we're missing Matt Simmons tonight then, obviously. I'd like to think there's more than sort of, well, you know, with Matt Simmons and yourself, Maxi, there's 12. I'd like to think there's more than 12 guys racing in Tuesday nights, but unfortunately not everyone
10 seconds.
can get there when they'd like to. I'd like to have streamed the first quali session and the first part of race 1, but you know, sometimes life gets in the way. Sideways isn't here either. Okay, so Sideways is also, we're watching Sideways Sunday night. Pretty sure it was Sunday using Sunday nights. There we go. Thanks, Maxi. So for anyone watching, Maxi, who has been racing in this series until he broke his finger, there's a few guys that are not racing tonight.
Go.
So here we go. Might just stick with this view for the moment, just to see what we can see. Oh, Jimbo's managed to sneak past Big John on the start. Look at that. But can Jimbo maintain it? Because he's got John behind him. So all the pressure is on Jimbo at the moment. Yeah, up front, nice. I think once we see these tyres come up to temperature, I think we're going to see John. Oh, he'd be like, he's all over the back of Jimbo at the moment. I think we're going to see a different Porsche. You know, John's tyres will warm up, Jimbo's tyres will warm up, but it'll be interesting because all the pressure right now is on Jimbo. And then John's got Morgo in his mirrors as well. So top 3, I think I might just stick with this view, guys. Give us an idea of just the top 3. Jimbo's put a little bit of a gap on John there, which has put John right up on Ty Morgo there. We've got some close gaps, as you can imagine. You know, obviously, first lap. So we'll just keep an eye on these top 3 for the moment. I think you're spot on there, Maxi. If Jimbo can maintain this, it's going to be a good top 3 because, you know, you've obviously got the 3 quickest guys on track at the moment, and they're all within bugger all of each other. You know, we're talking, what, 0.7 seconds? But see, even though John has won the first race, all the pressure is on Jimbo at the moment. All of it. All John and Morgo have got to do is just keep their heads down, keep their lines nice and tight. See, look, here we go. Look at that. I think Jimbo's sphincter just would have puckered up a little bit there. So yeah, we'll just stick with these three at the moment, guys, and the rest of the field looks like it's starting to spread out, even though Exo's, you know, he's 0.8 behind Shamrock, but it's not overly close. But I think the question is, with Jimbo, John and Morgo running so close together, is that going to bring Randall in? That one there, Max. It didn't come off on my chat, and it cuts half the message off when it puts it on the screen. But I did play Jimbo. Oh my God, I did play golf with Jimbo last night, and I tell you what, the pressure got to him a little bit there. We played 2 rounds of golf, and I beat him in both rounds. And yeah, Maxie, you're 100% right, man. Randall, this really could. These 3 battling the way they are. Like, you know, I know Randall's, 2.8 seconds behind Morgo. But with these 3 battling, and like you just said, Maxie, he can be fast. He didn't look too bad the last race. So with these 3 battling, is that going to bring Morgo up? He's got clean air. There's no pressure on him. He's just got to throw in some nice clean laps. He's just got to put his head down. And he's going to be on the back of these boys, I think, quicker than we'll know. There you go, 0.2 seconds he's chopped out of them. But then Morgo has dropped off the back of Big John. But he's sticking with Jimbo. So I think this is going to be interesting. Now, I'm gonna do something really silly, guys. I'm going to try and play with some cameras. I want to try and stay with Jimbo. Don't tell Jimbo that. Don't get a fat head. Well, look at that. And Morgo's back in it. Whatever he's dropped off, whether it was from a mistake or not, he's pulled back in behind Big John. And you can only imagine the size of that Porsche in Jimbo's mirrors at the moment. So this is really good racing. Look at that. I think John could get a bit closer than that. Come on, John. I think you need to get up there and put Jimbo right under the pump. And as you can see from that view, Randall is certainly not out of it. Not out of it by a long shot. I think John certainly quicker than Jimbo on that lap. That does, Maxie. Yeah, I think it's one of those things, you know. I mean, I've seen a lot of guys that do commentary and stuff like that, and you know, they're obviously in charge of the cameras, and I think one of the views that I really like is the helicopter view, but for some reason I don't seem to be able to get that. But I think when you're in a battle pack, you know, you've got this kind of view, and it really shows you the kind of pressure that Jimbo's under. I mean, look at that corner from John. It's just, you know, Jimbo's got a good drive out of that corner, but I tell you what, John's so comes up behind him in the corners. And if John gets a drive out of those corners, it's going to put him even closer to Jimbo. So what we might try and do, and see again, I'm sorry, I'm all over the joint here. What we're going to do, there's got a bit of a gap on Morgo, but look at Morgo come up onto brakes there, wow. That's good stuff. Sorry guys, again, I'm just stuffing around with the cameras at the moment. So we're like seriously 2 laps in. 3 laps. And these guys are just... Yeah, Jimbo and John at the moment, so we've dropped Morgo off a little bit. So now I just think it's going to come down to who's got the bigger... I won't say that, but it comes down to who's got the big accelerator, I think. But John certainly put Jimbo under the pump here. And I mean, have a look at the lines these guys are driving. Now we've got the race line there. I think it kind of helps give everyone an indication of just how well these guys are driving. You know, these guys won't have the race line on. Maxi is there. Jimbo is getting a pretty good rhythm now. A little bit wobbly there. But he does. He seems to have a very good rhythm at the moment, but tell me he's not feeling the pressure right now. Because, geez, I think I'm feeling the pressure for him, but I mean, Big John all over the back of him. Morgo is just kind of floating at the moment. He's a little bit, he's coming right up. You know, not necessarily on the brakes, but he comes right up and then I don't know if he's making mistakes or he's over-braking. I mean, look at how quick he's come up there. You know, he's definitely game time now. I mean, that says it all. You can see how much Morgo starts filling up the mirrors of John. Now, I don't know if he's getting on the accelerator early enough or whether he's over-braking and therefore the drive out of the corner is not as smooth and as quick. But I don't think Morgo's out of this. I think he's probably just there to do clean laps. He seems to have the car set up really well. It seems to be, just judging by what I'm seeing in John's mirrors, it seems to be quite a stable car, whereas I've seen Jimbo's car, I don't know, in my unprofessional opinion, the car doesn't seem overly stable. If you watch John into these corners, you know, look at that, that's nice smooth steering right there, you know, there's nothing looks like there's no oversteer, there's no understeer, the car is literally just going what John wants to do. Look at that. Very smooth, very smooth. A little bit of there. This corner is where we saw Jimbo get a little bit better from Jimbo. Nice spot from John, and then drop Morgo off a little bit more. But John has got that car dialed right in, look at that. And good clean racing too, you know, John could have really pushed that up the inside of Jimbo there, but no, he's backed off, given a bit of space. Still 18 minutes left to go in this race, there's no need to start swapping paint. Here comes Morgo. I don't really want to leave this battle. I'd like to try and get around everyone of the drivers, but like we are literally for first place at the moment, guys, so I'm going to try and stick with this for as long as I can. John's the quickest lap in, 159.8. Could we see a change to the lead here? Oh, tie. Wow. Jimbo a little bit tight on that corner. John's certainly got a great line. But see, I think John's biggest problem right now is he's got to get past Jimbo. And then he's got to keep it. Yeah, I think so, Maxie. Yeah, I think you're right there. I think Jimbo's going to need. But you know what, Maxie? I don't think it needs to be a big mistake. I think it's only going to need to be a minor mistake from Jimbo, and John will just capitalise on it. So, you know, Jimbo's kind of shut the door there. Because he knows John's closer and closer at every lap. So you're right, if Jimbo doesn't keep it, yeah, Jimbo is driving smart, but you call that driving smart, or you call that driving defensible, I think these ways it's the same thing. Because you're right, I think John's got the pace, and Jimbo's driving a little bit defensively, and I think that probably shows us in the lap times at the moment. Now these guys were what we showed before, they were like 158. So the best lap from John at a 159.8 is at least a second off the best lap from the last sprint. Correct me if I'm wrong, anyone. As I said earlier, Morgo tired. He's certainly not out of it. He's kind of just sitting back watching these guys and see what they're going to do. He could be in a prime position. You know, John gets a little bit frustrated with Jimbo and goes for a dive. You know, maybe a touch of panels, maybe a little bit of a slip and slide with the two of them. Eyes there to really take over this race. You know, he's got the pace. I mean, if he didn't have the pace, he wouldn't be there with him. Well, we've got half an hour sprint, so you think that the tyres are definitely going to last half an hour. No doubt they'll be coming back quite scuffed. Almost like John is just playing with Jimbo at the moment. I can just feel that John is almost just like trying. He's putting Jimbo under a pump, but it's almost like he's just waiting. Maybe 13 and a half minutes to go is just a little bit too long for John. Maybe he might wait till the last 5 or 10 minutes. Now also, once we get a little bit better with the Tuesday night broadcast too, I will eventually try and get the podium drivers in for a bit of a chat. We did that on Sunday night, but I had Jimbo commentating with me on Sunday night, so if I wasn't friends with anyone, Jimbo was, so we could pretty much get everyone into the chat after the race. But that is something we definitely look at in the future. I haven't driven for the last season and a half in the Sunday night league, so I've kind of ended up trying and get a half-decent commentary done. Tuesday night I haven't raced in for a couple of years now. But I would like to get this a lot more refined and a lot better, and obviously chat to the podium drivers at the end of the race. Okay, Maxi, go for dropping. Is that obviously the inside car volume, Maxi, because we've been in car for a while, haven't we? All right, Maxi, I'm going to need to tell you what you think. So on board, might try and drop that to 55 as well, just for shits and giggles. Alright, thanks, Coop. Alright, I've dropped that like 20%. Is that any better, boys? No. No, we can drop it some more. It's the same, okay, Coop. Okay. Okay, so the in-car audio is sounding like it's onboard, dickhead. Probably changed the wrong one. Okay, thanks, Coop. No difference from Maxi. Thanks, Maxi. So we'll drop this down to 40. Again, boys, you tell me what you think. We'll sit that at 45. Now we'll hit the X button for confirm. Alright, boys, how's that? Sounds better in my ears. But you guys are the ones watching. Let me know what you think. Jimbo just seems to have got that little bit of gap on John at the moment. But Morgo's still there. Is just feel really bad that we're not giving anyone else any exposure here. But this battle has been really hard to get away from, hasn't it? No difference again, Maxi. Jeez. Okay. No, it's sounding a lot quieter in my head, but then I'm not the one watching. It's slightly quieter, but still can't hear Beaks properly. Okay. Wow, okay, master volume. Alright, guys, please tell me that's better. I think between Coops and Maxi, you guys are the ones that, like I say, you're the one watching it. Please tell me that is better on the volume. You got it. Thank you, Maxi. Coop. What do you reckon, Coop? It's good, yeah. Nice. Thank you, gents. Alright, what do you reckon? These guys seem to be, what do we got? We've got just under 9 minutes to go. John's still got the fastest lap. I don't want to miss anything on these guys, but I just kind of want to get around and maybe just give some of the other guys a bit of a crack. Oh, and so we pick up Stu, who just seems to be out on his own. He's 8.4 seconds behind Randall and 9.9 front of Exo. So Stu is having a very lonely drive around Silverstone at the moment. Very lonely drive. We might let Stu just enjoy the sunshine, I think. We got Cobber back down in 10, but then Maxi did tell us that it's he's not overly experienced in the Porsche. So Cobber's just out enjoying himself as well, and why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? And what a great way, to be honest. What a great way to get used to the Porsche, because you can see there that Cobber has got he's got 1 out of 11 on the traction control, but You got blokes like Jimbo, who's on 4 on the traction control. So there's big difference with the setup of the car, and I guess, you know, maybe Cobber needs to throw up the traction control a little bit more, just to help stabilise that car for him. Gaz is not far behind Shamrock. Nice little battle here. A little bit of the front of that Porsche is quite scuffed up from Gazza. I'm kind of sorry that, you know, it's like I say, you have 2 commentators. You both can be feeding through the cars. So, you know, I can be watching the leaders, the other commentator can be watching something else, and whoever's streaming, you can flick down to that driver if you think, you know, it's worth going down. And obviously, you know, Gaz has had a bit of an issue there with something, because the front of that Porsche is going to need a touch-up on the paintwork. St. Sim looks like he's sneaking up behind Exo. But these guys are putting on a bit of a show. Randall's out there a little bit on his own in 4th. 5.8 behind Ty and 8.7 in front of Stu. Pretty good race by Randall though. He sort of he fed through a little bit of the pack in that last race from with what we saw. Now he's just out in open air. All he's got to do is keep it straight, and he picks up a few points for getting 4th. Exo's 1 second in front of St. Sim. So these guys, they're keeping each other honest. I think it's going to take someone a little mistake there to maybe for the other driver to benefit. But it's good to see Exo back driving. He was away for a little while there, and it's really good to see Exo back. I've been very fortunate to be a part of Exo's team, and like I say, it's just really good to see him back racing. But I think he might hold St. Sim out here. I mean, Sim's certainly sticking with him. But these two seem to be on quite a level par with each other, and both of them... Oh, is that Sim going maybe a little bit forward? Too forward there? No, he's still there. It's one thing I've noticed with all these Porsche tonight, except for maybe Stu, and it's certainly nothing against Stu, but he's got the all-black Porsche. But all these other cars, they are really well turned out. There's some really good mix of colours out there. And these guys have just really turned out their cars really well. And Shamrock back in 9th, trying to chase down Gaz. Yeah, it is, Maxie, it is good that he's back. It's, yeah, we sort of missed Exo there for a while, didn't we? He was out for a couple of seasons from memory. But it's just really good to see him back. Really good. And it's good to see him putting on a bit of a show tonight. He's certainly not doing bad tonight. We've got 3 minutes 40 seconds left in this race, guys. The top 3 has not changed. And it's no offence to the guys who are down in the back of the pack. It's certainly no offence to them. But I think we might just sit with the top 3 for the end of the race, because I still think this could be anyone of the top 3. It could be anyone's race. So I don't think I'll try any of that fancy schmancy camera stuff at the moment. I think this might be the best view we've got at the moment to cover the top 3. Yeah, Maxie, look, Jimbo is a hard racer, I'll give him that. You know, Jimmo and I have had a bit of fun around Bathurst before where I think, was it Bathurst or Monza? It was one of them. And I know it's hard to kind of get those two tracks mixed up, but when you do so much racing, unfortunately, you do get them mixed up. But we were having a run one night, and I kind of tried to be a bit of a smartass and brake check Jimbo, and he hit me fair up the backside, but I was the one who came off second best. I think I rolled about 10 times down the main straight. But it'll be interesting to see, you know, with 150 to go, it's going to be interesting to see if John is going to make a lunge at Jimbo or whether he'll just sit back and take the points. Yeah. Oh, you ran around one night with both of us, Maxie. God, you would have, if you ran around Bathurst with me, you would have learnt how not to drive. That's a cracker, mate. You know, I don't remember that, but I'm glad you did. You know, that's brilliant. And I hope, mate, that finger heals very quick and you can jump behind the wheel again and get out there and get some racing done. Especially if you're beating the likes of John and Matt Simmons, because that tells me you're a good quality racer, and mate, it'd be good to get someone else back in the grid and someone else who's pretty good talent. May have been blind. Well, Maxie, that's quite possible because I kind of have a little bit of a passion for red wine, and 9 times out of 10, by the time a Sunday night runs around, I've maybe had a few glasses of the old grape juice. So yes, that comment, I certainly won't take that away from you, mate. I may very well have had a little bit too much grape juice. Well, this will be our last lap. And I think, well, will it? Oh, it's going to be close. No, I think this is the last lap. So there's your top 3. We've got Jimbo, John, and Ty Morgo. And what a good top finish.
The leader has finished the race.
Oh, Maxi Naked Blade. Oh, gosh, shit, man. Really? Oh, Naked. How many times, Naked, have you helped me out with car setups? If the PlayStation Network was a telephone, you were always on my speed dial. You were literally number 1 on my speed dial. And 95% of my car setups are from you. Maxi Naked Blade. Now, there you go. Maxi Naked Blade. That's all coming back to me. Yeah, 95% of my car setups are yours. Yeah, you're not wrong, mate. A bit of a laugh. But I think that's the thing. I think a lot of guys come on the PlayStation Network and they have different tags than what they do on, say, YouTube. Because I know mine is. Obviously, yours is too, Maxi. But there we go. There's your podium. There's your, well, I was going to say there's your top 10. There's only 10 drivers there. But we've got Jimbo, who's acclaimed the win from 15 laps with John 0.7 behind and has claimed the fastest lap. Morgo in third. Yeah, mate. Mate, you could have joined me, Maxi. I would have been more than happy to get you in the commentary here with me. Yeah, no, well, good job, Jimbo. Yeah, very well said, Coop. He's got the win tonight, and he did hold it very well, considering the 2 guys he had behind him. That would have been a high-pressure race. I can hear in the background someone's someone's out flapping hoops out there somewhere. Maxi says, well done to Jimbo. But yeah, sorry. Morgo, 0.3 behind John. Randall, 7.5 in fourth. So, guys, you can see it. St. Sim was 0.1 behind EXO in the end. So that was pretty good race, that one, considering the top three, a second between the three of them over the finish line. So well done, everyone. Thank you for putting up with me tonight. Jimbo's going out to do a victory lap, do you reckon? Mate, I would be more than happy to have you, Maxi, in future. I know you're on my friends list, mate, so if when we get on again for Tuesday night, we'll certainly get on there and hit the commentary together, mate. I'd be happy to have you, happy to bounce off you and just talk some what with you. But for everyone that has joined tonight, really appreciate it. Thank you so much for joining an absolute hack of a commentator, and really appreciate you all hanging around for as long as you have. And we'll call that an end to Tuesday Night League with the boys in the Porsche, and hopefully we'll get it cracking again this Sunday night for the Sunday Night League, which I believe they may be going to Laguna Seca. And I would love to have you all jump in and join us. I know Jimbo will be joining me in the commentary. Maxi, if you're not driving, you are quite free to let me know and jump in as well. And we'll get on and we'll have a bit of fun and see if we can't bring a little bit of entertainment and a little bit of exposure to the ROOZ Racing League. All right, guys, thank you very much. Look forward to seeing you all again soon. All right, good night for now.